Imagine a world where a handful of tiny leaves could reshape the global fight against malnutrition. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly what Penn State plant researchers are investigating. That microgreens, those vibrant little sprouts you see atop gourmet dishes, may be a genuinely practical nutritional powerhouse, especially if we tweak just a few growing conditions. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Minor adjustments, like supplementing with zinc and modifying light exposure, can dramatically transform the health benefits these plants deliver. But is it as simple as turning up a lamp and adding some minerals? Not everyone agrees, and that's why this research could spark fierce debate about the future of food innovation. Microgreens, harvested within 1 to 3 weeks after sowing, are no longer just a chef's visual flourish. According to Penn State's team, and especially Professor Francesco De Gioia, these young plants are prime candidates for biofortification, a process where their nutritional value is boosted during growth, potentially helping to address widespread deficiencies in essential micronutrients such as zinc around the world. The irony? Despite their size, they already pack far more vitamins and minerals than many mature vegetables. But as De Gioia points out, the potential isn't fully unlocked until we start fine-tuning how we grow them, particularly in terms of providing zinc through irrigation, called fertigation, and adjusting the intensity of light exposure. After 5 years of dedicated work, the research team recently published 2 pivotal studies. In the first, appearing in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, the scientists focused on radish microgreens. The big takeaway: increasing light boosted the presence of antioxidants like vitamin C, flavonoids, and phenolic acids, compounds that not only help plants thrive by defending against stress, but also promote human health. But, and this is the part most people miss, higher light actually reduced amino acids and glucosinolates, which are important for plant defense mechanisms. Does dialing up light force plants to redirect energies? Potentially impacting their nutritional balance. Some growers might balk at the idea that starring role nutrients are sacrificed for others. When zinc was added, the team found a noticeable bump in certain antioxidants and in essential amino acids, foundational building blocks for human health. Zinc appeared to influence several critical metabolic routes, including phenopropanoid metabolism, related to antioxidants, nitrogen metabolism, key for protein creation, and energy metabolism, which controls ATP production, vital for photosynthesis and cell respiration. This web of biochemical impacts demonstrates that it's not just about adding one element, but understanding the whole cascade of changes that occur. Could too much tinkering risk diminishing one benefit while accentuating another? Switching gears to peas, a second study, soon to be published in Food Chemistry, investigated how different levels of zinc sulfate combined with various light regimes alter the microgreens profile. Higher light exposure, much like in radishes, encouraged an uptick in flavonoids and phenolic acids, antioxidants associated with counteracting stress from intense lighting, and zinc supplementation not only increased the several vitamins, B1, B6, and C, but also sulfur-containing amino acids, which are essential for the plant's and eater's well-being. Here's a controversial twist. Zinc also raised oxalic acid in the microgreens, a compound that helps plants detoxify excess metals, but can bind minerals in the human gut, possibly limiting absorption. Does this mean a well-intentioned nutritional bump could come with trade-offs? Throughout both studies, one striking result emerged. The light regime had a greater influence on the overall chemical composition of microgreens than zinc did. As researcher Pradeep Paudel, whose doctoral dissertation this research fueled, notes, This finding underlines that optimizing light might be the most critical step for producing exceptionally nutritious microgreens. So, if your goal is richer, functional foods to reduce global zinc deficiency, maybe it's time to scrutinize those indoor farming LED panels. But isn't there a risk of focusing too narrowly on just light and zinc and missing other key nutrients or plant needs? Why do microgreens work so well for targeted biofortification? The answer is multi-layered. Their short growth cycle means nutrients can be packed in quickly, while low anti-nutrient levels, like phytic acid, which interferes with zinc absorption, make their minerals more accessible. Add popularity as healthy foods, and you have a recipe for public health success, if and only if these growing strategies are carefully balanced. Here's something to chew on as we close. Could over-engineering microgreens for maximum nutrition have unintended consequences, like reshuffling nutritional profiles in ways we haven't fully anticipated? Are there risks hiding behind the benefits, especially with compounds like oxalic acid? Is controlling light the ultimate technique, or are we just scratching the surface? We want to know what you think. Is biofortification using zinc and light exposure the future of food security? Or should we be wary of tinkering too much with nature's formula? Let's debate. Share your thoughts, agree or disagree, and help spark the conversation below.